Alrighty, how's it going everybody? It's your boy Lucci, and today I am actually going to rank the best members of the Funhaus team, both former and current members of course, regardless of their past issues. And the way how I'm going to rank these individuals are basically who is the funniest on camera. This is not taking into account their editing skills. This is only based off their in front of the camera performance. Completely hilarious. There are some veterans in there, and of course there are a lot more new people that have also participated as guests or as actual Funhaus members. So I do love their content, and a lot of people say that now their new content isn't as good as their old content. I also have to agree with that, but it's because of a lot of people, the classical people have left, and the classical people also, some of them were pushed out for obvious reasons that I don't want to get into. So in that sense, this is just judging them on their character on screen. Has nothing to do with any kind of personal issues that were going around, any kind of criminal activity, etc, etc, etc. That has nothing to do with this. This is just purely on camera ranking. So let's go ahead and start this off. Now I'm not gonna go first with Adam Kovic. I'm actually gonna start from the back end and then go up. So first we have Lindsay. Lindsay I consider to be all right. She's all right. She's a funny person, not too hilarious, but I wouldn't consider her to be anywhere near like the superior or number A or at the letter A. No way. I would consider her maybe as a C. And actually, before I even continue this, let me edit this to D/F. So this would signify basically if you're on the D/F side, if you're on the left side, you're more on the D end. If you're on the right side, you're more on the F end. Okay. So here we have Spool. Spool is not a funny guy. At least I don't personally think so. There are some quirky aspects about him that I do find entertaining, but he's not really that funny. I don't consider him like a huge entertainer or something like that. I heard that he's a great editor, and I think he's good at special effects, but again, this is not ranking their editing or their special effects skills. So I gotta rank him as a D, a solid D plus, maybe a C, maybe a D. I think I'm gonna leave him at D right now. Maybe I'll change my mind in the future. Here we have Ryan. I do like Ryan. I don't know why. I think he's from Tennessee, if I remember correctly. Ryan is a funny guy. I do like the whole Red State Ryan bit. I love that so much. I live here in the South as well. I live here in Florida, and I really love he's a different perspective, but I do like the fact that he's bringing in that Southern, that Southern joy basically. So I do love that. So I'm definitely gonna leave him as a B. He's very strong. He's very funny in my personal view. Not superior, not not in the A's, but he's quite funny. Here we have Omar. Omar, man, I do not find him funny. He just sounds so relaxed. I mean, he has some good jokes, but I don't think of him like a hilarious person. So I gotta rank him as, probably right here on the F side. Again, if you're more on the right, you're gonna be on the F. If you're more on the left, you're gonna be a D. So Omar is definitely D to F, somewhere around there for his, on-camera performance. Here we have Matt Peak. Matt Peak is the quietest one, and I feel like there are some very good moments that he's had on screen, but him being way too quiet is not really good for him. A lot of times when he has an opportunity to make a joke, he just throws it aside and gets a little bit more serious, which can be funny at times, but I don't think of him as a hilarious person on screen. So I gotta rank him as a solid D before Spool. I was about to say Pool. Before Spool, because Matt P can make some good jokes. It's not that he can't make any good jokes, it's that I guess he chooses not to make good jokes. Lawrence Sontag. Lawrence, again, is not too funny, but he's not horrible as well. So Lawrence has made some good jokes in the past, and I do love his anime trips and stuff like that, but I think Lawrence is a lot funnier with other people around him. So I'm just gonna leave him on C. I'll put him on the left side. I think he's a little bit better than Lindsay. This guy, I totally forgot his name. I don't consider him to be too funny as well. I'm so sorry that I forgot his name, but the name that slipped my mind. So I don't know. He's definitely a C as well, solid C. I believe this is John, if I remember correctly. John isn't too funny either. So I gotta rank him probably above at the D end, but he's definitely in front of Matt Peak. Joel has left the company like entirely, I believe. I don't know has he ever been around as a special guest or anything like that. Joel is an alright person in my personal opinion, but I do not find him to be that funny in general. So he is probably right here, right there. We're gonna pass the Willems. We're gonna pass James Willems real quick and go to Jacob Fuller. Jacob Fuller, I do consider to be quite a funny guy, because at first, you know, he was like all cute and adorable, and then when he grew his mustache or something, they were making a joke about him that he had a whole different persona or something like that. So I do consider him funny, especially when he does the Star Wars, anything related to Star Wars, and he's in the video. I think it's gonna be a great video to watch. So I'm just gonna leave him right there. I also forgot his name, but I do love the whole where he did, I think, the Italian thing or something like that. He is a pretty funny guy, but I'm gonna rank him probably past Lindsay, but not past Sontag. Sontag is pretty funny. You know, let's rank it this way. You know, C+ is on the left to C- on the right. So this is where he stays. You know, he's a solid C with Lindsay, a solid C. Dan isn't too funny either. So yeah, he's right here. He's definitely D-, I would say. D- with Joel. And then yeah, we got the F's right here. 2 F's. Maybe I might rank, Omar a little bit more ahead. So now let's go ahead. We're gonna go with, I forgot his name. His name is Bones or something, right? Is this Bones? I think it's Bones. But anyways, Bones is quite a funny guy. He's definitely a solid C+. Definitely C+. Not in front of Sontag, but just right there. He's a solid C+. I do like his content. I do like his jokes. And here we have Alana Pierce, I believe her last name is. Alana, I actually do not find funny. I think a lot of people simp for her because she's a woman, but I don't find her to be funny. I really do not find her to be funny. There are some good jokes regarding like her being from Australia, but again, she's a lot more, she's more hilarious with the classic people who we're about to rank right now, with the classic people. She is definitely, I want to say a B-. She's definitely on the right. I consider Jacob to be funnier than she is. Actually, no. Let me do it this way. She's a solid C+. Sontag is a B-. Let's leave it that way. Sontag is a B-. Again, the ones on the right are on the minus end. The ones on the left are on the positive. So yeah, she's definitely a C+. C+ compared to everybody else. Now we get to the classics, the ones who have been there almost around the beginning. I think Elise Williams came a little bit late, but I think she was generally a part of the whole project and behind it with James. So let's go ahead and start with Elise Williams. Elise is a funny person. I do consider Elise to be quite funny because there are some aspects where she's not trying to be controversial. There's some examples of her not trying to be controversial, and yet she still goes in and goes, oh shit, I said something controversial. Or she'll be like, if somebody else makes a joke, she'll be like, oh my god. And I think that's I think funny. I consider that to be funny because I think she's more cautious and wary about other people's feelings. I think she's more like an empath, and yet she'll still stay it. So she'll still stay it. So I think she has a lot of balls and a lot of courage. So I do consider that to be generally funny because it's kind of like a contradicting. You don't want to do it, but you still do it. And you do it hard. So I do like that. I do like Elise Williams. Elise Williams is definitely a B+. Now we get to basically the originals, man. These were from Inside Gaming, I believe, and then now all the way to Funhaus. Now, again, I'm not going to rank them on their personal issues or whatever that's been going on. Actually, wait, let's leave Adam Kovic for last. I think people might want to see what I have to say about Adam. So let's go with James Williams. James Williams is definitely an A+. An A+. He is incredible. Incredible with the improvisations, man. I cannot rank him anywhere below a minus or a solid A. He is definitely an A+ comedian. His improvisations and the way how he can carry a lot of the people that do the show with him, especially now. Like, if you have James Williams on the show, on the new shows right now, they perform a lot better in my personal opinion, just because James is there, because James is a funny guy. He is definitely hilarious. I consider him to be one of the best of the best. So that's just for sure. James Williams is fucking hilarious. And of course we have Bruce fucking Green. Bruce Green gets the top ladder. Bruce Green can make anything hilarious. Bruce Green, I don't know. It's just that the energy around him, his laughter, the way how he can improvise and join James in his improvisations and act with him on screen. You know, I'm pretty sure they do this live as well. Like, it's so good, man. Bruce is out there. Bruce is definitely out there as probably like the best member and former member of Funhaus. So especially now when he's special guest or when he's coming onto the show as a guest, he just knocks it out of the park, regardless of who he's with, whether it's a lower performing individual, like let's say Matt Peak or someone, like maybe Lindsay or someone. He just knocks it out of the fucking park, man. I don't understand how he does it. Like, I could not keep up with that. I mean, I don't consider myself a too funny guy either, but Bruce is fucking hilarious. Bruce is very hilarious. Now, last but not least, we're gonna have Adam Kovic. And again, this is not ranking their personal issues. This is just how I feel about individuals when they are on screen, on camera, on Funhaus's show, and maybe from their time at Inside Gaming too. So I do not really consider Adam to be a funny guy in general. I think he's more of a recluse. He's maybe a little bit more to himself. There are some funny moments, but I think he's kind of like a Debbie Downer in some aspects, especially on the live shows. Not when he's drunk. I guess he's more entertaining when he's drinking alcohol, but generally speaking, he will not be too funny. So I want to rank him probably above. I mean, he's not bad at all. He's definitely a B-, I would say. A B-, maybe a C+, but I don't know where to rank him personally. I don't know whether to bring Alana Pierce in front of him or not. But, yeah, I think he's a B- behind Sontag. Sontag is quite a funny person. So, this is just basically my rankings for all of them. There are some other people who aren't in it. There's also Armando and I believe Charlotte. So they both, Armando, I do not consider him to be a funny guy. So if Armando was on the list, which he's not, I don't consider him to be too funny. But if he is, I would consider him to be a C-. Charlotte is also a C- as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There are some other people and other guests like Raul Coley, whatever. I don't like Raul. I don't think Raul's a funny guy, so he's definitely a D+ as well. Armando is funnier than fucking Raul, in my personal opinion. But yeah, these are just the rankings for all the cast members and all of the guests and all of the former employees of Funhaus, or the former members of Funhaus. So these are just my own personal opinions. I hope you guys liked this video. But yeah, definitely at the top, Bruce. A, freaking James Williams. B+, Elise Williams. Brian, another B+. Jacob Fullerton, solid B. Lawrence Sontag, B-. Adam Kovic, B-. You see all of these people at the end. I love you guys, but you guys aren't as good as everybody else in the B's and to the S. So that's it, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't trigger anybody, and I hope you guys found it to be a little bit entertaining. If you guys view this ranking differently, then let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think about these individual members of Funhaus and their guests. And yeah, get back to me. So I'm just gonna leave it here. Give me a like, give me a comment, be sure to subscribe, everybody, and I'm gonna definitely see you guys in the next one. Peace.